am I to do? He really ought to have returned by now. Mayhap 'tis time I went looking for him. That place puts my hairs on end. Yet if aught were to befall him, I couldn't live with myself. What am I to do? He really ought to have returned by now. Mayhap 'tis time I went looking for him. That place puts my hairs on end. Yet if aught were to befall him, I couldn't live with myself.
I know precisely when a curative is needed, Master. You'll never fall in battle so long as I'm around.
What am I to do? He really ought to have returned by now. Mayhap 'tis time I went looking for him. That place puts my hairs on end. Yet if aught were to befall him, I couldn't live with myself.
I'll have nightmares if I let myself worry overmuch.
What am I to do? He really ought to have returned by now. Mayhap 'tis time I went looking for him. Puts my hairs on end. If aught were to befall him, I couldn't live with myself.
Come rain or shine,
Where to next? If you want my advice, heed no advice save your own.
Hale, if you've a moment to spare, I'd like a word. As you can see, we're rebuilding, a task that can always benefit from another pair of hands. What say you? Would you be willing to help? Excellent. You're a good sort. I'll not soon forget this. Here's what I need from you. A bask of saurians has made their nest outside the village. Though they're yet to cause any harm, their proximity makes the villagers uneasy. I'd like to enlist your aid in driving them away. I've prepared some explosive casks and left them by the village entrance. Use them to send the saurians scattering.
Saurians are monsters of fearsome strength. It's true, but I've yet to meet a foe that explosive casks can't scatter.
Ah, you've returned. Good timing, too. I have questions for you. First and foremost, will you accompany me to the capital? My thanks. Are you ready to depart, or do you need some time to prepare? Very well. Speak with me once you've finished your preparations.
I'd have thought to share myself. Perhaps we might add a thief to our ranks. My magics are at your disposal. Soldiers of bone! They can pay for that. In gold as well as blood. Skeletons, Master! Was most effective. Over here! These fiends will resurrect so long as their skulls remain intact. But fear not! I shall gladly smash every last one.
A well-organized pack is my specialty. I'll see to it your burdens are shared between us pawns.
There are useful ingredients to be gathered here, I'll wager. No sense letting the enemy gain the upper hand. The early griffin gets the worm, as they say.
Well, that appears to have sent some of the beasts reeling, at least. To finish the job, I'd have you drop a jar of poison into their nest. With any luck, the Saurians will realize that they chose a perilous spot and steer clear of the village boundary in future. But pray, take care not to drop it in the river. The villagers use that water on a daily basis. You must make sure your aim is true. Are we clear? Good. You'll find the jars of poison just outside the village. Toss one into the Saurian's nest, and your task is done.
A single jar of poison ought to send those Saurians packing. Only do be mindful not to spill any on yourself, Master.
Make haste, then. We must leave anon. Very well. Speak with me.
Expertly thrown, Master. I'd wager those Saurians will think twice about nesting here again.
And I must say, you've a fine arm. I couldn't have done better myself. Watching you got me thinking. Mayhap you've the sense to inherit the skills I possess. Or perhaps 'tis a little early for such talk. In any event, thanks to the work you've done for us today, the rebuilding efforts ought to proceed apace. And for that, I'm grateful.
All done then?
Make haste, then. We must leave anon. Good. Then let us be on our way. Good. Let us make for the capital.
Look, Master! Goblins!
Good. Let us make for the
Are we ignoring the enemy today?
The Arisen is the lawful ruler of Vermund. So it has always been. To claim the title is to claim the throne. Yet, not all claims are true. Our kingdom sees many pretenders, and they are not dealt with lightly. Best hope you're not one of them. Regardless, you would do well not to invite my mistrust on our journey.
Magics are at your disposal!
Hold here a moment. I shall bid them open the gate.
Who's that you've brought with you, Watchhead, sir?
An arisen, by all appearances.
An arisen? Another pretender, you mean? I see the Sovereign's ascension has done little to stop such charlatans from plying their trade.
'Tis uncertain. This one commands the loyalty of the pawns.
What? Impossible. You know as well as I do that there can be but one arisen, and he's up in the palace.
I'm well aware of how preposterous the idea is, thank you. However, as I do not believe it my place to rule on such a matter, I will make my report to the capital. If the claim is false, we will be rewarded handsomely for our trouble. If the claim is true, however, who can say? All's been arranged. Come, let us pass through the gate.
Townspeople depend on me.
An ox cart was meant to meet us, yet 'tis nowhere in sight. Aught may have befallen it. Best we press on. Everyone all right? More marks of the dragon's fury. Its rampage must have weakened the earth here. I dare say the cart shan't be traversing this. Onward! It might await us on the road ahead.
On the short straw. Of course I wouldn't be complaining about it.
I am attentive and loyal, and prefer to remain by your side. In battle,
Just about anywhere.
Master, harpies! This bow will recoil from
What's this? We're trapped.
Five! A Cyclops! To think we'd encounter one here of all places.
Cyclops. Right. Be on your guard. I'll post them. Just one more push on to bring it down. A bit black. Don't expect me to. Allow me. Seems we've worn out our foe. We'll not find a better moment. Seize the group's arm and bring it crashing down. Care to assist?
I misjudged you. I had taken you for another Force Arisen. Goodness knows we see a lot of them. Yet the value you showed in coming to our aid has dispelled such thoughts. Here, take this, as a mark of my trust. Give it to one of the sentinels stationed at the gates to the capital, and you'll be granted an audience with Captain Brandt. You're free to make your own way to the capital now. I see no need to keep you under constant watch, and I'm sure you'll breathe a little easier as well, aye? Of course, if you'd rather continue to accompany us, you are still welcome to join us on the ox cart. 'Tis your decision. This place makes my hair stand. Should trouble occur, it's my charge to set it right. A quiet day is a welcome one. Ah, here's the cart now. Do you intend to join us? Very well. Board the ox cart and we'll be off.
don't know about you, Master, but I'm worn out. Mightn't we have a rest before pressing on?
No? Very well. It is your decision.
Goblins! What rotten luck! We've need of your aid again, sir.
I'm not seasoned enough for this.
Magic, Serac, close off! There's aught to be found there. Can you not see it?
No? Very well. It is your decision.
Goblins! What rotten luck! We've need of your aid again, sir.
Look, Master! Goblins! There are useful ingredients to be gathered here, I'll wager. Here, use this fire to ignite our foes. I've met my end. My thanks to you, Arisen.
Goblins! What rotten luck!
Seems I've drawn the short straw. Of course, I wouldn't dream of complaint. About it. Master! Goblins!
Strike! Now!
Over so soon? Why? We seem to have come through unscathed.
Seems we drove them off. You've my thanks for aiding us. Vernworth isn't far from here. Will you join us the rest of the way? All right. Into the ox cart, then.
I was informed of your coming, would-be Arisen.
Captain Brandt, this individual summoned a pawn through a rift stone. Several witnesses can attest to it. Though I admit I had my doubts at first, it would seem this is no mere deceiver.
This one's not a bad sort. Saved our hides on the way here.
As decreed by the great will of our world, there can only be one Arisen. That Arisen now resides within the palace. Indeed, he is our sovereign and the rightful ruler of Vermont. It follows, therefore, that this ruffian before us is naught but a pretender. You must submit to questioning. If you value your life, you will not attempt to flee. I shall conduct the interrogation myself. Stand watch outside. I beg your forgiveness for my insolence, Your Majesty. If the Queen Regent had learned of your existence, I fear your life would have been in peril. I had no choice but to treat you as a pretender, lest my actions draw suspicion from watchful eyes. Then you have truly lost your memory? In that case, may you, and no other, are the sovereign. The only legitimate ruler of this kingdom. Some days passed. You confronted the dragon in the village of Melv, whereupon you became Arisen. The people rejoiced, for our true liege had finally appeared, ending Vermont's long years of council rule. Yet, not all celebrated your coming. Your arrival would have robbed the Queen Regent Disa of everything. During the time of the previous consul, she acted as a queen in her own right, ruling the palace as she saw fit. And just after the consul's passing, when 'twas all but certain that her son would take his father's place, Word reached the castle that the Arisen had been found. To Disa, your Majesty's very existence is naught but an obstacle to her own family's continued prosperity. The assassination of the Arisen is an impossible feat for mortal hands. Thus, Disa chose to abduct your Majesty while you recovered from your wounds, in order to rob you of your memory with a fell curse and sell you to Batal as a slave. Following that, she prepared a replacement to serve as the Sovereign in your stead, a mere puppet. However, with your Majesty returned, I have no intention of twiddling my thumbs as Disa plays her games. I shall devise some plans to further our cause. Pray, visit me a night in the tavern that we might discuss them. This one's cleared of all suspicion, and has my permission to remain in the capital. You are to trouble the good sir no further. Are we clear? You have my fullest confidence.
Pray forgive me, I'm in a bit of a hurry.
Consign it! Get back here! You there! Did you see an urchin in a cap run past just now? Can you tell me which way he went? Many thanks. I'll catch that wretch yet.
You're a kind one, aren't you? 'Twould seem I am in your debt. In fact, there's aught I would ask of you if you've the time to spare.
Aha! There you are!
Oh, apologies, but our chat will have to wait. Till next we meet. Farewell.
What should I get up to today? Now I've got it stepped in here. Greetings.
Oi there, friend. All I ask is that you hear my request. What have you got to lose? My thanks, sir. As to the matter at hand, I've been holding off service on account of all the monsters on the road. But now I feel prepared to start making trips to... Only trouble is, there are still monsters. That's where you come in. I'd like you to accompany the cart in my stead and see to it that the letter reaches its recipient. What say you, friend? Not interested, eh? A pity. 'Tisn't urgent, mind. So if you simply need time to prepare...
gather round. Treat your ears to a tale by a master storyteller. And should my tale entertain you? Nay, even if it should, I would greatly appreciate.
I've all manner of arms for sale. Come, have yourself a look. Welcome to Bjorn's Armor, and quality is what you need if you want to survive. So before you check the price, just remember, misers die early deaths. Many thanks. I appreciate the business.
I've heard some interesting tidings about town.
Might as well take a look while you're here, eh? Stop by again soon. Might as well look while you're here, eh?
It's nice to see everyone out and about. Not so.
I'm shedding. Must be my winter coat growing in.
Wish I could go on an adventure.
Let's take it easy today. My knees are acting up.
Go on. I'm as tired as I myself.
Greetings. Welcome to the Guild Hall. Here we conduct all manner of procedures pertaining to vocations. If there is aught I may assist you with, simply say the word. Forgive me, but I'm afraid, you see, as we currently have no archer staves or great swords on hand, we are unable to outfit new members. And we cannot simply purchase more, so regrettably I cannot assist you, unless you were to procure a weapon yourself. Let me see. What else can I tell you of our guild? Methinks Roderick will be able to tell you aught of the stolen shipment. He runs the local armory, and we purchase almost all of our stock from him. May fortune smile upon you, sir.
We'll not find anything if we don't start looking.
Always another errand to see to.
I'm surrounded by winches on all sides.
Well met, sir.
Lots to do. Precious little time.
I've never seen one.
Well met. You will soon forget the fatigue of a long journey when treated to the foremost hospitality in all Vernworth. At your left. Well met. You are come to... You will soon forget the fatigue of a long journey when treated to the foremost...
You shan't hear me complain about an early repose. Should we hunt a few monsters to start the day off?
The rules at your left.
Time to be heading home.
Be ready to hear.
All this hustle and bustle
Just
puts me
neglect my
right
leg
at
down.
home.
Best to keep a record. Might as well hand out. Come back. No rush. Would that I could spend all day here.
Couldn't care to put my feet on night.
Mayhap I ought to ask around town.
Well met, sir. Fancy a gander? Fine wares all.
Whatever could you want from me?
Welcome to the Star Drop Inn. We serve all manner of fine ales here. Shall I pour you a cup to start you off?
Well met, sis.
Our soldiers need better training.
How are we to find
They shan't be able to take their eyes off me.
Welcome to the Star Drop. We serve all manner of fine ales here. Always a pleasure. Well met, sir.
friend? Have you a spare moment? I've an eye for people, and my instincts tell me you're of trustworthy ilk. I'm in a bit of a quandary, you see. I'm to be gone for a week, with no one slated to mind the house in my stead. Fear not. I only ask your name to list as a tenant. You needn't bother yourself with the cleaning, and I don't expect you to stay cooped up in there, neither. I'd be much obliged if you'd simply consider... Sound appealing? Then come on by and have a look-see. I've taken the...
I'll take the night watch at the desk and get it.
Well met, sir. Fancy a gander? Fine wares.
It's not my intent.
Well met, sir. Fancy a gander? Fine wares all the time.
I suppose I could indulge you.
Welcome.
Life's best taken at a leisurely pace.
Not a chance.
I give as good as I get.
Welcome to the Star Drop-In. We serve all manner of fine ales here. Come back anytime.
Your Majesty, your timing is impeccable. I just thought to call for you. 'Tis not a matter for prying ears. Pray, let us speak out here.
Could have sworn I ought to attend to my back's acting up today.
Well met. Sir, fancy a gander?
As I informed you when last we spoke, the palace is filled with the Queen Regent's sycophants. Should Disa denounce your Majesty as a false arisen, few would elect to doubt her. Yet if we are to prove your identity, I believe there is no occasion more suitable than the coronation. It was delayed so that the sovereign, that is, the false arisen, could convalesce in the palace, but the date has now been set. The central players in the court ought all be in attendance. 'Twould be a fine opportunity to display your Majesty's power. None would be able to deny that you are the true Arisen then. There is a problem, however. Entry to such an event is limited to the chosen few. Only select members of the nobility and citizens who have contributed greatly to Vermont's continued prosperity will be granted entry. If your majesty is to be counted among them, you will need to attend to a number of tasks. Pray, allow me to summarize them for you. The citizenry have called upon my soldiers to cull monsters that plague the land. I dare say, 'twould be a fine contribution were you to accomplish these tasks unaided. What say you? Might I ask for your cooperation in this matter? I thank you, Your Majesty. There are 3 locales that have seen significant trouble of late. The first is Trevo Mine, to the northwest. We've had reports of goblins swarming in great numbers. Next is Half Village, west of Burnworth. I believe soldiers have already been dispatched to cull an infestation of Finally, there is a call for someone to locate a group of soldiers tasked with delivering freight. They were last seen crossing the second bridge on the eastern edge of Vermont.
It is our duty to bring the beasts low. I foresee naught but success on the path that lies ahead.
It's on me to bear what comes.